We're back at Cooper's Falls. I always come here because it's only about a half hour from where I live, and there's rarely any people here. Now it's about -2, and I purposely dressed a little light because I always seem to dress a little too heavy, and once I get hiking I get too hot. But first I had brought another light layer to put in my backpack. The only other layer I had was my big lined hunting jacket, plaid jacket. Where I'm from, we used to call those Albert County plaids. If you can figure out where I'm from. I wonder how many Albert counties there are. It's nice to see. It's been a little community project to, there's some locals that like to come through here on their ATVs. So a bunch of people, I actually started it. I was the first one to do it. I started putting logs all across here because there's signs that say no motorized vehicles. So, back to you. I'll come back here for the pristine nature, not to see a bunch of ATV tracks tearing everything apart. There's other places you can go. I have nothing against ATVs. I'd like to own one. I always had dirt bikes. Two-wheel dirt bikes growing up. But I can see the advantage of an ATV in case you can't tip over. Oh, awesome. This little pond has finally frozen over. A little bit anyway. Ice crystals. Not as pretty as the last time I was here. It was a fresh snow and there was snow still in the trees. That ice is pretty though. Cool. You waiting for me? Don't go on the ice. No, don't go on the ice. It's not thick enough yet. Let's see if we can give everybody a nice shot of it. All kinds of bunny tracks everywhere. Well, actually, those are squirrel. Small bunny. Wow, look at that, eh? Ain't that that pretty? Well, let's check the weather. It feels colder than -2. I've never done this before. I should have stuffed my plaid jacket into my backpack. I've done it before. It's not that I'm freezing cold, I'm just a little cool, and I know that I have to keep moving to stay warm. There's a cool breeze, especially standing right here. It's coming right off this. This probably qualifies as a lake. Actually, I brought that up in a previous video, that when does a pond become a lake? And I looked it up, and it has to do with a significant amount. Actually, it didn't even say that. It just said, didn't describe any amounts. But the lake, or the body of water, has to be deep enough so that there's no light penetration at some point in its depth. And it's deep enough that photosynthesis does not occur. That's why you see in the frog pond it's full of lilies, because it's shallow everywhere. So apparently that's the defining feature of what makes a pond a lake. And this, when I think about it, this one has probably a good 80% of it doesn't have lily pads. I think that qualifies as a lake. I wish this had a shut off. I've heard of fancy selfie sticks that have, you can operate your phone with them, because I have to edit it all the time and prevent my face from zooming in. We're still just walking along the second lake. Oh, this is pretty down here. Beautiful. That would be really cool if it gets cold enough and it doesn't snow, where you could bring your skates up here. That would be amazing. That's what I don't like about skating, is how you have to go around in circles. Actually, where I'm from, there still is a Centennial Park that it's like this big giant moat that goes around an island. So it's like I guess it's like it would be like an oval racetrack. In fact, I think they have snowmobile races there now. I think I saw that. Oh wow, I wish I had that on video. TJ just broke the ice and it sent this little shock wave out onto the ice. He's just trying to get a drink. Oh, he's hauling up some ice. You getting that ice? You get it. He doesn't like being on camera. He seems to be able to sense it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that footage of what the hell were they filming? I think it was a glass of water, and somehow they could detect at a molecular level that this glass of water was aware when it was being filmed. Even if there was nobody around, they did it remotely. And that is bizarre. That seems like a proof of a creator to me somehow. It shows a intelligence at a molecular level, which is pretty fascinating. Wow, this is beautiful. Hear the wind in the distance and my crazy dog digging holes. He probably smells ground squirrels everywhere. Onward we go. I don't know if we're going to go past the hydro line today. We'll see when we get there. Where is he? Is he in there? You better get him. He's in here. He's in there. Yeah, you better get him. Yeah, that one's not quite decayed enough. We'll get it next year. Yeah, we'll get it next year. Let's just kind of eat this tree just before the hydro, before you get to the hydro line. Lines. This tree, big one, had been blown over. The roots had gone right up. People started walking around it, and yeah, the roots were like straight up and down like the trunk is now. So that would have been interesting to see. The minute they cut that and relieved the pressure, that would have flopped right back down again. Hope nobody get hurt. There'd be blood in the... I guess they could have got concussed or something. But they finished the job, so I doubt it. But that's very nice of them. I don't know how that works. Who maintains the trail and if it's volunteer. I'm not sure. Because somebody came in the last month and put the sign in. I don't know if this hydro line is ATVable. I've seen some evidence. I haven't seen actual tracks, but you can kind of tell sometimes in the spring that there's been something through. Wouldn't be easy, that's for sure. You know, I often think the tracks are probably from somebody illegally coming up this trail. That person that we stopped from doing that. I actually know where the person lives. I followed mud tracks on the road. I didn't follow them, I was going that way anyway. Yeah, I've seen evidence of tracks. Yeah. Actually, you can still kind of make them out, sort of. But they probably did come through this trail and then went up there and up between the tower. Maybe you can go for a ways that way. But I know there's a big body of water just over the next hill there. Because I went around it one day and got into the backwoods and found my secret lake. So there's a nice spot just up here that I've gotten some beautiful pictures. So we'll go there. It's only a few minutes ahead. It's too bad the sun's not out. This isn't a bad shot, actually. I've gotten some fantastic shots from here. One in particular early in the morning. Beautiful. I forgot you get this nice lookout before you get to the this little valley, marsh valley. And the bridge is up there. This is a pretty spot. You see lots of birds But as you go up further, you can see there a little alcove over there, and I got to watch a hawk going after prey. It was really cool. Ooh, I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it is chilly. Coming up on the bridge, it's just got barrels. It's either barrels or styrofoam under it, I can't remember. Maybe a bit of both. That's that big valley over there that we were just looking at. Jeez, I noticed I'm not very wheezy today. Probably noticed you can hear me breathing a lot. Well, it's because I'm talking and walking over rough terrain. But also, I don't know, I'm wheezy. Creek. Huh. It seems to be floating better. It was, oh no, here's the spot. It's become disconnected and a little wobbly. Oh, I can get the water going. I'm gonna get some beaver's attention doing this. I've done a few overnights out here. Actually here, I guess, no, I've done two, yeah. One at the first lake and one at the other lake that, if you've watched any other videos of me back here. What did I dub it? The turnaround lake or go back lake? Go home lake? Or no, it's not go home lake. Actually, a couple years ago I went to a lake called Go Home Lake. And I think it got its name from the gigantic bullfrogs that habitate there. Usually I love the sound of frogs chirping, but these things had this deep baritone that when there was hundreds if not thousands of them, it felt like it shook you, like you were standing in front of a big bass speaker. And which if they were constant, you could probably get used to it, but they would go crazy and then shut up for like a minute or two, and then one would go and they'd all go off again. So you'd just be getting to sleep, and seems to me I didn't have proper earplugs. I can't really remember. Maybe I did. I have a feeling they probably wouldn't help. But it's a shame because it's a gorgeous lake, and it has one little private campground that doesn't seem to get a lot of use, but maybe that's why. Because the frogs are unbearable. So you could do some winter camping up there. They wouldn't be there. You'd have to contend with the cold. It's something I haven't done yet. It really intrigues me. But I'd like to be able to, I always want to bring my dog. So I don't know about the warmth factor. One thing I've considered, so I follow this guy called, his name's Steve Wallace. I forget the name of his YouTube channel, but he does stealth camping all the time. Goes to places that you're not really supposed to be. But he went to a park that was closed for the season, And he just opened up the hatchback of his SUV, draped a tarp over that, created a little tent area, and had a Mr. Buddy heater in a 20-pound propane tank. Put the seats down in his SUV, and put a sleeping pad out and a sleeping blanket. And he said it was like being in a house. It was so nice and warm. So I might try that. Just a little short on funds at the moment, so I can't go out and buy a Mr. Buddy heater, because I think they're about a couple $100 here in Canada. And here we are at Turnaround Lake. There's still some wood here, but yeah, it's pretty wet. I don't think I'm going to get that going. Somebody was upset at the campfire. That's weird. So they've kicked it all apart. It's pretty stupid. The clouds are starting to break up a tiny bit. If the sun came out, it would change things a lot. It's interesting. The only open water is down by the beaver lodge. Strange they didn't build it in the middle. It's just on a little tiny outcrop of rock. But I guess they build them pretty secure. I guess my understanding is hard for any predator to get through their lodge. They're built pretty thick. It's gorgeous. I love when these ponds and lakes first freeze over. Certainly not enough to walk on. We're just past that Turnaround Lake, and I got consulting Google Maps, and I realized there's another little lake behind it. And I think we came back here once in the summer. I don't remember bugs, so it was either early spring or late fall. Now this we may have to go to the right of this little body of water. Let's see what's over here. We'll go to the left because we're closer. Looks like we can definitely go to the right if we have to. And then there's a bigger lake over there. I've been trying to find a little spot on Crown land where I can build just a little makeshift lean-to. Oh, I think I caught that on video. The beaver doesn't like us being here. So there's a little lake over there. Interesting. There's no footprints back here, but there was only one set of footprints on the way in. Ooh, you little bugger. He caught me that time. He's going over into the bigger lake. Yeah, that looks like it just going and going. Maybe it joins that other. Oh, it's probably just beyond the dam that creates the Turnaround Lake. So we're going to go up that way and see if we can get over there. Well, we're over here. Looks like we're going to be able to make it around. Is that a little? Oh, it is a little mini dam. That's so neat. So this is like a little slide. You You can see the little canal coming up, and you can see where the beavers have been sliding along. This looks like they slide down on their bellies. Maybe do it to conserve energy or something. I don't know. Maybe they're just having fun. Oh, yikes! Oh, that was difficult. But yeah, it's funny. Why bother? Maybe that's just natural. I don't think so, though. Maybe that's a little bathtub, beaver bathtub. It's actually slippery. Oh, wait a second. What's that? Oh, it's just a twig. I thought it was a cable. What's a cable doing out here? Pretty neat. Can we get over that way? I think so. Careful, sometimes this moss is stuff on it and it'll sink right in. Coming up to the great reveal here. I gotta be careful. In the spring I was doing some bushwhacking like this for, I found that secret little lake, as I call it, and I did in my knees, and I just felt my right knee tweak. It's just on some of these awkward, steep hills. Not quite as nice as I'd hoped, but not bad. Don't see any. The terrain doesn't lend itself to hiking or camping much. Getting warm now. That's pretty. Here we got our bearings. We looked at Google Maps. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but that's that little floating bridge up there. And then this just goes, I was going to say for days, hours. And that other little lake that we found by going off trail is over just around the bend. So I think this is like the drainage of it. Let me think. No, because the water's flowing over top of that dam and coming this way. Wow, you can see the little beaver canal that just runs all along here. You can see the open ice right over there, and it goes all the way over to that other lake. And they're probably all brothers and sisters and cousins and or nieces and nephews. They'd have to be. So that means I didn't get to it, but whatever dam that created that lake that was off trail, this is like the beginnings of it. It actually makes its way all the way back here. Man, it must take an entire season to fill up an area like this. Beavers are incredible. So we're making our way between where that floating bridge is over there and that turnaround lake. So we're going to come out in between them. And if I was TJ's height, it would be a lot easier. You really got to watch out. Hanging dead branches. This is pretty rocky terrain. But we're making it. This is going to be a long video. I'm going to try to work a lot more on the editing. Spend more time on it. Oh, I don't know if I want to follow which coastline, shoreline. I don't know what shoreline I want to follow. Seems like I'm kind of going right up the middle of the. Yeah, this isn't easy going. Just gotta watch where you're stepping. At least you're not bushwhacking or clearing branches and stuff. So neat. We'll stay low. Go over this way. Oh, so weird. It's I noticed that this morning the temperature was going to, around this time, late morning, midday, it was going to drop a degree or two. Oh, the beavers like this bark. Look at that, eh? Huh. Oh, we get close. Some big cliffs here. There's another tree eating up over there. The beavers probably like it over here because. Oh, look at this! Oh, we're at the trail. Cool. I thought we had more further to go. Awesome. Well, we're going to make our way back. And you've seen the way here, so thanks for joining us. And we're going to make our way back now and go get some grub. We may stop and make a fire if we can find some birch bark. Maybe have a granola bar and a break. We've probably been going for a couple of hours. Well, we made it back to the Jeep. And ooh, I need a shave. Yeah, that was turned into about a 3-hour hike, I think. It was a lot of fun. I love going off trail. Some people climb mountains. I like going around lakes. That's how I conquer nature. See you later.